My name is Steve Kemlow. Last year in 2022, around April, May time, I found out about GND, an environmental movement that fights for climate justice. Yeah, the tactics used to spread it. Well, the tactics, there's like canvassing, that we do to spread the message during these weekends, Canvassing means, we knock on people's doors, we tell people, just in a casual way, about the Green New Deal and link it to maybe the problems that they're going through, let's say, cost of living crisis or, like fuel energy, not just the climate movement, because in the Green New Deal, one of the things that they believe and stand for is, the climate crisis is linked with the economic crisis. What I would also say is that it's very multicultural, very diverse. There is a few things I disagree with. The first thing I disagree with is their view on strikes. I don't agree with strikes. I understand why they do it, to support, stand solidarity for these workers that are getting paid below what they're getting, what they believe they should be getting, for example, doctors, nurses, rail workers. However, this happens to the detriment of us people, who use public transport. I don't agree with MP challenges because I think that's not the right way. We don't want to harass politicians to change something or criticising them for what they're doing, They know that climate change is a pressing issue, but we have to understand they've got other issues they have to deal with as well. And yeah, why you should join it? Well, you should join it because it's like 3 words: we need you. We need to fight for our futures. This movement exists to fight for our futures, for the future of our planet, the future of generations to come.
Well, I'm Jonah McCulloch, a student at Forth Valley College in Stirling, and I was introduced to the movement by friends who also attend the college. The movement gathering weekend was not just one of the best, it was one of the best weekends of my life, and it was one of the most enlightening experiences of my life. Something I highly, highly encourage to not just simply push aside. If the opportunity comes, jump right on it. Every day at the movement gathering, we got told about the movement's plans for the upcoming year, their previous efforts, their previous achievements, such as challenging the then-to-be Prime Minister, and basically just welcoming new members of the movement, such as me. They were very pro-diversity, which is exactly what you'd want from a movement, but from personal experience, I can say isn't exactly the case. They more care about what race you are rather than what your beliefs are, which I find a bit hypocritical. I think the majority of people who join are likely going to be more left-wing, but I think they should try and be open to right-wing, because climate change shouldn't be an issue shouldn't be a political issue at all. There was a trip into London specifically about a group within the GND called the POC Huddle, People of Colour Huddle. The majority, the resounding answer to me coming down was yes. And for 2 months, I was in the belief that I was going to go down to London mid-December, and then a week before, I was told that I wasn't allowed. It wasn't said it outright, but it was pretty much due to my skin colour, which was really disappointing. I expected a bit more of the group. I was quite shocked, I was quite sad, and at the time, it left me very on the fence where I should continue with the movement or not. And well, as you can see, I've decided to continue. The GNDR is such, I can't stress this enough, it's such a great place to meet friends, friends for life. You're all going down, you're fighting, you're talking about something you're passionate about, and doing something you're passionate about with other people that are equally as passionate it's an indescribable type of feeling.
My name's Colin Craig. I'm a lecturer in LDW at Forth Valley College. Previous to that, I was a police officer for 6 years for Police Scotland in Forth Valley Division. My personal point of view is that I feel that you should be able to challenge MPs and MSPs because They represent the people, so therefore they should be answerable to the people. So it's about striking that balance, about getting your point across and asking questions, but without overstepping the mark and going into criminality. So when you're at a conference or what have you, you'll find that the protesters usually get in by legal means. So they've got a ticket or what have you to get in. They've been through the security checks and what have you. It's effectively heckling a comedian. Not the same, but not criminal is what I'm meaning. You would have to say something of a criminal nature. It would have to be abusive or threatening or out of line to suffer criminal consequences. You're more than likely just to get asked to leave because you've disrupted the conference. I agree with you've got to disrupt the system. I think politicians should be accountable for their actions. I feel they should answer questions directly rather than dodging them and having their security guards or assistants step in to kind of body swerve difficult questions. But at the same time, I do feel that protesters sometimes don't help themselves. I don't think they help their case. I think if you shout in their face or if you are not giving them a chance to answer, then surely that's not acceptable either. I think young people who want to be involved, it's great being passionate, it's great wanting to, support green schemes because it's the future for everyone, isn't it? But I think you just need to be aware of boundaries. I think you need to be aware of, would you be happy if someone behaved in that manner to you? Don't be right in somebody's face, don't jump out and startle them, don't shout at them, don't swear at them. You might be frustrated and passionate, but that's the type of conduct that's likely to get you in trouble with the police criminally. So there needs to be a balance between the law and freedom, and that is a very hard balance, and I don't think the balance is right. I think it's almost impossible to get the perfect balance, but all we can do is try.